ìwàásù lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan tolúwa ń lò jẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé wù ọ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́ ìwàásù rẹ lórí CAC television pẹ̀lú ẹgbẹ̀rún 10,000 náírà 10,500 naira péré ó yà wọ́n náà lẹ́nu 10,500 naira péré ni o jẹ́ kí gbogbo ènìyàn gbóhùn rẹ kí wọ́n mọ̀ pé olúwa ń lò ọ́ ní CAC television kẹ́tẹ́kẹ́tẹ́ ni wọ́n ń wò wá káàkiri àgbáyé torí rẹ̀ la ṣe ṣílẹ̀kùn àǹfààní yìí ó sanwó díẹ̀ kó gbóhùn sáfẹ́fẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin kan ọlọ́run àti ìríjú ọlọ́run ẹ máa bọ̀ ní CAC television pẹ̀lú 10,500 naira kẹ́ ẹ gbóhùn sáfẹ́fẹ́ kò sírò èyí níbikíbi CAC television gbogbo ẹ̀ka ayélujára la wà kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀ka ayélujára www.cactelevision.com tàbí kó o pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí 07038854382 08037194307 tàbí 08101974099 CAC television títún iná àwọn apọ́stélì ìgbàanì.
Good afternoon and welcome to the news bulletin at this hour. I am Chinedu Victor. A former Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani-Kayode, has branded prominent Islamic scholar Sheikh Ahmed Gumi worse than Abubakar Shekau. Gumi has been criticized by majority of Nigerians over pro-bandit comments. He has also canvassed many times for amnesty for bandits wreaking havoc across the northern part of the country, saying those he met in the past have repented. He was at the forefront of the negotiation with the bandits who kidnapped government science college students in Kagara, Niger State early this year. He also led a delegation to visit bandits in the forest bases in Kaduna and Zamfara states for what he said were peace talks. Fani-Kayode, who took to Twitter, described Gumi as a Rasputin of Arewa, whose father once said a Christian must not rule Nigeria, and who himself said the federal government must not declare the killer bandits as terrorists, is worse than Shekau, a venomous snake and a wolf in sheep's clothing. The executive governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, has tackled President Muhammadu Buhari on Executive Order 10, which seeks to enforce financial autonomy for the legislature and judiciary branch of government. Wike warned that the Rivers State government will resist any attempt by the federal government to deduct funds meant for the state under the guise of implementing financial autonomy of the judiciary. Among the controversial provisions in the new law is the power given to the Accountant General of the Federation to deduct from the allocations due to a state from the federal account any sums appropriated for the legislature or judiciary which the state fails to release to the two arms of government. The AGF is then empowered to pay the funds directly to the state's legislature or judiciary concerned. Consequently, the federal government and unions of workers in the judiciary and the parliament across the country had put pressure on governors to send bills that will actualize provisions of the executive order in the states to their houses of assembly for passage. The Imo State chapter of the All Progressive Congress, APC, has warned the opposition, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, against politicizing the killings of Igbo monarchs as the 2023 elections draw near. The party stated in a statement issued by the Imo State Publicity Secretary of the APC, Kajitan Duke, in Owerri, the Imo State capital. This was in response to a comment credited in the Southeast Consensus candidate for the National Secretary position of the PDP, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, who boasted the PDP will stop killings in Imo in allusion to murders of the monarchs. The monarchs were attacked last week by unknown gunmen during a meeting at Njaba local government headquarters in Imo State. 2 monarchs died instantly, while others sustained gunshot injuries. We take a break, and when we return, the news will continue on CAC television. Stay with us.
Ìlú èyí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí àǹfààní oríire fún gbogbo ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run àtàwọn oníwàásù lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan t'Olúwa ń lò jẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé wù ọ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́ ìwàásù rẹ lórí CAC television pẹ̀lú ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́wàá àbọ̀ náírà 10,500 naira péré ó yà wọ́n náà lẹ́nu 10,500 naira péré ni o jẹ́ kí gbogbo ènìyàn gbóhùn rẹ kí wọ́n mọ̀ pé Olúwa ń lò ọ́ ní CAC television kétékété ni wọ́n ń wò wá káàkiri àgbáyé torí rẹ̀ la ṣe ṣílẹ̀kùn àǹfààní yìí ó sanwó díẹ̀ kó gbóhùn sáfẹ́fẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ikọ̀ Ọlọ́run àti ìríjú Ọlọ́run ẹ máa bọ̀ ní CAC television pẹ̀lú 10,500 naira kẹ́ ẹ gbóhùn sáfẹ́fẹ́ kò sírò èyí níbikíbi CAC television gbogbo ẹ̀ka ayélujára la wà kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀ka ayélujára www.cactelevision.com tàbí kó o pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí 07038854382 08037194307 tàbí 08101974099 CAC television títún iná àwọn apọ́stélì ìgbàanìdá.
You're welcome back. The former Senate President and Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Ayim Pius Ayim, has explained the reasons behind his visit to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. In the statement issued by his media advisor, Sam Nwabasi, Ayim was not arrested but voluntarily went to the commission to clarify his role in a petition which is under investigation. According to the statement, Ayim was mentioned in connection with some 780 million naira diverted by Senator Stella Odua when she was the Minister for Aviation. On Sunday, the former Senate President was grilled for several hours in connection with the fund which was traced to a company in which he was the director. The Executive Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu, has said the ministry has uncovered over 400 abandoned water projects which he blames for the acute water scarcity across the country. He disclosed this while appearing before the Senate Committee on Water Resources for the Budget Defense, adding that some of the dams were cited where the dams should not have been constructed. The minister, while appearing before the committee, lamented the spate of abandoned dams across the country. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Water Resources, Senator Bello Mandia, who briefed journalists about the outcome of the sitting, said what the ministry has done so far is to prioritize dams and that so far 20 dams have been identified which will be completed in due course. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Akali Baba, has ordered a major overhauling of the security landscape in Anambra State ahead of the gubernatorial elections scheduled for November 6. This was disclosed in a statement signed by the force spokesperson, Frank Mba. According to the statement, the overhauling includes the deployment of selected seasoned strategic commanders from the rank of Assistant Commissioner of Police and above to Anambra State for effective supervision of security personnel and operations in elections. The Inspector General also noted that the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Joseph Egbunike, has been deployed to the state as the coordinator of the security component for the elections. This development comes as the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, issued threats that the November 6th governorship election in the state will not hold if its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, was not released before then. IPOB said the election will not hold if its leader was not released unconditionally by the 4th of November. We take another break and the news will continue shortly.
èyí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí àǹfààní oríire fún gbogbo ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run àtàwọn oníwàásù lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan t'Olúwa ń lò jẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé wù ọ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́ ìwàásù rẹ lórí CAC television pẹ̀lú ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́wàá àbọ̀ náírà 10,500 naira péré ó yà wọ́n náà lẹ́nu 10,500 naira péré ni o jẹ́ kí gbogbo ènìyàn gbóhùn rẹ kí wọ́n mọ̀ pé Olúwa ń lò ọ́ ní CAC television kétékété ni wọ́n ń wò wá káàkiri àgbáyé torí rẹ̀ la ṣe ṣílẹ̀kùn àǹfààní yìí ó sanwó díẹ̀ kó gbóhùn sáfẹ́fẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ikọ̀ Ọlọ́run àti ìríjú Ọlọ́run ẹ máa bọ̀ ní CAC television pẹ̀lú 10 10,500 naira kẹ́ẹ̀gbọ́n sáfẹ́fẹ́ kò sírò èyí níbikíbi CAC television gbogbo ẹ̀ka ayélujára la wà kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀ka ayélujára www.cactelevision.com tàbí kó o pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí 07038854382 08037194307 tàbí 08101974099 CAC television títún iná àwọn apọ́sítélì ìgbàanì.
The Nigerian Senate has strongly condemned the proposal by the Federal Ministry of Health to borrow $200 million under the malaria program to buy mosquito nets in the 2022 budget. A member of the Senate Committee on Health, Senator Gershom Bassi, made the commendation during the 2022 budget defense of the Federal Ministry of Health. Bassi told the Permanent Secretary Mahmouda Maman that the proposal for the purchase of mosquito nets was a big issue, expressing concerns that borrowing that sum will be outrageous. The committee's condemnation was in response to the Permanent Secretary's earlier submission of the intention to borrow the amount for the purchase of nets. The panel further demanded that the total needs of the agency is to ascertain if there was a need for the borrowing. The Executive Director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Faisal Shuaib, in his further clarification, noted that the sum was for importation and the local production of mosquito nets. On the foreign scene, the trial of 14 men, including Burkina Faso's former president, accused in the assassination of left-wing leader Thomas Sankara 34 years ago, resumed at a military court in Ouagadougou, the country's capital. The slaying of Sankara, a Pan-Africanist icon, has for years cast a shadow over the Sahel state, fueling its reputation for turbulence and bloodshed. He and 12 others were riddled with bullets by a hit squad in 1987 of October 15th during a push that brought his friends and comrade-in-arms Blaise Compaoré to power. The proceedings opened on the 11th of October and were adjourned at the request of the defense lawyers who wanted more time to study the 20,000 items in the dossier. 12 of the 14 accused were in court on Monday, including General Gilbert Diendéré, a senior army leader at the time in the 1987 coup. The trial resumed with the presentation of a list of 60 witnesses that the court wants to hear, including by video link for those who are abroad, which include a former French Foreign Minister Roland Dumas, a former Culture Minister Jacques Lannes, and Jean-Christophe Mitterrand, the son of late President François Mitterrand. And in sports, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will face the 2022 World Cup qualifying foe Liberia at the Grand Stade de Tanger in Morocco on November 11. Originally, the game was supposed to be held at the SKD Sports Stadium, but the facility is under a CAF ban as it does not meet the requirements for hosting matches of such magnitude. The Royal Morocco Football Federation has approved a request from the Liberia Football Association for the game between the Lone Stars and the Super Eagles to hold at the Grand Stade de Tanger. Located in northern Morocco, the Grand Stade Tanger has a capacity of 45,000 spectators and has hosted matches including Paris Saint-Germain, AS Monaco, FC Barcelona, and Sevilla. The 2018 Supercopa de España between Barcelona and Sevilla was played there, and the previous year, PSG and Monaco faced off in the Trophy des Champions clash. In an apparent move to boost teams with extra playing personnel in the event of more than 3 COVID-19 tests, the Confederation of African Football has increased the squad list for each country ahead of the 2021 African Cup of Nations from 23 players to 28. With the increase, the Super Eagles head coach Gernot Rohr now has additional 5 more players to fortify his team, aiming to go beyond the bronze won at the last AFCON in Egypt 2019. In a letter sent to all CAF affiliate federations and signed by its director of competitions, Samson Adamu, last Sunday, it clearly stated that the decision was taken to allow the participating teams have a larger squad list for the competition in case some players test positive for COVID-19. Cameroon will host the competition brought to winter from the summer, which is scheduled between January 9 to run till the February 6 of 2022, when the final will be played to decide the new continental champions. And that brings us to the end of the news bulletin at this hour. I am Chinedu Victor. Thank you for watching.
èyí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí àǹfààní oríire fún gbogbo ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run àtàwọn oníwàásù lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan t'Olúwa ń lò.